Still alive there. Hey, you want to pick your 16 first? What's up? Welcome back to the Last Man Standing podcast. I'm your host, DiNero. Joining me today is the lovely
Coco.
Hey, y'all in love with the Coco. All right, let's steamroll past that Thursday night game. I lost. So anyway, moving
what
on.
else is new?
Oh, you want
Back
to talk
to
about
fadery.
mamas? You want to talk about mamas?
At least on Thursday night. So not only did Colts cover, they won. What?
No, I'm just saying, like, oh boy, yeah, like here he comes. Yeah, you're right.
They won.
They completely shut out the Titans. Yeah, you know what's crazy? Like, like there's one thing for like a team to at least make an effort to compete, but it's a whole nother thing to just completely quit. Off the top of your head, well, you don't follow the players that deep, but I'll test you. Who do you think is the best player on the Titans? Most would say the running back, Derrick Henry. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, if you're down, why would you sit your starting running back at the beginning of the fourth quarter? Like, you made, like, no effort whatsoever to make it come back?
I think stuff like that, that's something I definitely take into consideration. I mean, that game, like, this instance, it might not really apply. But, like, sometimes when I'm making, like, plays and stuff, I consider that, like, that teams will, like, why would I play this player and risk him, like, on a fluke getting injured to when we know we might lose this game? Of course, it's kind of like admitting defeat and it's not sportsmanlike, but at the end of the day, this is still a business. So I think I treat things a little more along those lines, that this is a business, the show must go on. Perfect, like, look at like a Tom Brady. Like, Tom Brady fucking up and left his Patriots for a bag. Okay. So, I think, like, they rather sit their players and just take that L than risk losing their player.
Right.
They rather lose the game. And if they won, they won. They're like, cool. But no, yeah. I definitely don't feel like they're just going to do what they want. So.
Yeah, when I see that kind of stuff, you know me, Mr. Conspiracy Theory, I see that kind of stuff and I'm just like, oh, okay. So, the second half over-under was 25.5. And Colts came back, scored 21 unanswered. 6-7 minutes left in the game and nobody scores anymore after that. So I start looking at that kind of stuff and I'm just like, okay, I know a lot of people were on the under originally for the game. So the simple fact that it almost went over just in the first half alone.
And then they sacked good players.
And then they probably, people's like bettors were like, oh, let me slam the second half over since it's a lot of score going on.
Yeah, on track to scoring.
Here's the funny part about them scoring the three touchdowns, which was 21 points, and then nothing else the rest of the game, not even a field goal. Mm-hmm. That put the total score at 51, just above the over for the whole game, but just below the second half under.
Yeah.
So that's what I think about when I see that kind of stuff. It's like Vegas double dipping. Like they just screwed everybody that had the under initially, and people that probably had the under for the game was like, oh, this is getting ready to fly over. Let me take the second half over. So instead of just losing one bet, now they just double dipped and ended up losing two bets.
Yeah.
Y'all some dirty, dirty, dirty mother suckers. All right, so yep, your boy's back to losing on Thursday. Listen. When I win Thursday, I'm gonna tell you straight up, like, yo, you should have followed me. And when I lose, I'm gonna be like, yo, you should have faded me. So
it's up to you.
It is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You got some decision making to do when Thursday comes. All right, let's move on to the picks. All right, so we'll just run through the picks real quick. We agreed on what, 9 this week?
So it was 10. What did you say, 10?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Whatever.
All right. So we'll go through the 9 picks that we both agree on first. Starting with Cincinnati. We both are on Cincinnati. The line was originally at +10. It's down to +7 now. It started at +10 because initially Ben wasn't going to play. Then obviously as it got closer, it's confirmed that he is going to play. So dropped down 3 points, rightfully so, because it didn't make no sense being. It didn't make no sense where it was at. But it's still kind of trappy when you think about it, because it's like, okay, the 10, it should have been fine with the 10 with him playing. So the fact that it went down with him playing, it's probably because a lot of people are betting on the Bengals. And rightfully so. They are 0-3 on the road. Steelers are 4-0 at home. But on the season, Cincinnati's 5-1 against the spread. That is the best in the NFL right now, as far as against the spread goes. They got 2 ties, but who cares about a tie? It ain't nothing but a push. So they're 5-1 against the spread right now. So that +7 is a very nice number to have, especially when Steelers are notoriously known for not covering spreads that's more than a touchdown. Man, listen. If I had $1 for every time Steelers won by a field goal, I have at least $500. Moving on to the next one. Washington on the road against the Lions. We both agree on Washington. Apparently the public does as well, because the line opened up at a 4 and now it's down to a 3. I still like it at that 3, but if it's at a 2.5 or a 2 by the time you guys see this video, or by the time you guys place your bet, I would recommend buying it up to at least a 3, just in case it comes down to a field goal. Another stat to keep in the back of your mind, Detroit has yet to cover a spread at home. They're 0-3 against the spread at home. The Browns. This is a good one. They're at home, and they're 3-1 at home. The spread opened up at 2.5, and it did move up to 4. That one's a little dicey for me. I would probably recommend, if you're going to do a straight bet, to just buy half a point at least, just in case they end up winning by 4. If you end up doing, like, using this play on like a money line parlay, I just said it. There you go. Money line. Green Bay. This one is tricky. Green Bay opened up at 13.5 against the Jaguars, and guess what? They're still at 13.5. So even though most of the money is coming in on Green Bay, the line isn't moving anywhere. And me personally, we both like Green Bay in this one, but I am so grateful that the line is 13.5. Because if this would have been like 14.5, I probably would have went the Jaguars. But for the simple fact that a 2-touchdown win can get me paid, I'm going to go with it. Another thing to keep in mind, the Green Bay has 6 wins, and believe it or not, 4 of those 6 wins are by 14 or more points. And Jacksonville Jaguars are the second highest in giving up the most points in the NFL, right behind the Cowboys. So that just looks too good to pass up for me. It just makes the most sense. All right. We touched base on this stat last episode, if you guys paid attention. If not, pay attention now. Divisional dogs at home. I'm not going to break down what they are. If you need to know what a divisional dog is, go watch the previous episode and give us another view. But divisional dogs are 13-1 on the season right now. And this next play we disagree on, but I'm going with the Giants. They are a divisional dog at home. And Coco's going with the Eagles. The line opened at 3.5. It's currently 4. I technically have the advantage there because Giants are at home, and you know my rule: trash against trash. Take the points. Take the mother beep points. All right, and this next one we also disagree on: Tampa Bay versus the Panthers. I like Tampa Bay, and Coco likes the Panthers. The line opened up at a 6. It's now 6.5, and I'm sure it'll probably be at a 7 or a 7.5 by kickoff because Christian McCaffrey will not be competing in this one. He's injured. And plus, it's hard for me personally. It's just hard for me to fade Brady coming off of a loss. He got embarrassed in that last game. This next one we both agree on: Broncos against the Raiders. Can you guess which one we have? You guessed it, Broncos. Broncos opened up at a 4. It's now a 3.5. At one point it was a 5. But then that money came in on the Broncos and it pushed the line down. If you can get this at 3.5, that's cool. I like that. This next game we disagree on: Buffalo Bills versus the Arizona Cardinals. Coco's going with the Bills. She likes that +3. I'm going at Arizona by 0.5 point. It opened at 2.5. I'd rather have that 2.5 or that money line. Moving on to this next one we also disagree on: Seattle and the Rams. Remember how I said the Jags were the second highest team in giving up points on the defensive end? Seahawks are number 3. Seahawks are number 3, and for the simple fact that Russell Wilson has to score damn near 40 points a game just to get a W. I got to go with the Rams in this one, just for the simple fact that they're undefeated at home. That's for starters. And I think that defense they won't stop Russell Wilson because nobody can stop him. But I think they'll limit him. If Jared Goff is able to go out there and score, which he should be able to. I mean, Seahawks are giving up on an average 30 points a game. So Jared Goff should be able to run all over them. And the Rams should be able to limit Russell Wilson a little bit. This is one of those games where I can see it coming down to the last play. Wouldn't surprise me. And also, if Seahawks lost by a touchdown, it wouldn't surprise me either because, like I said, I could just see this coming down to the last play. You know, who knows? Maybe it'll be Rams up by a touchdown and Russ is doing his usual comeback, and then, you know, something happens, you know, fumble, interception, anything can happen. But, yeah, so the line opened at a 2. It's now at 2.5. So, yeah. Good luck on that one, whichever one you guys go for. All right, and these last four we all agree on. San Francisco are coming into New Orleans. New Orleans is 3-1 at home. Spread opened up at 6.5, and rightfully so jumped up to 9.5. 49ers just don't got it this year, man. I mean, they had their chance last year when everybody was healthy. This year, everybody's banged up. It's a no-go. It's a no-go for everybody. Yeah, so we're on the Saints for that one. And then we have the Ravens against the New England Patriots. We both like the Ravens in that one. It opened up at 6.5, and now it is a solid 7. Listen, straight bet by that 0.5 point. Get that thing down to a 6.5, just in case. Just in case if Killer Cam shows up, you never know. You never know. But I do like Ravens to not only win, but just cover the spread all the way out. They're actually 4-0 on the road. They actually play better on the road than they do at home. So imagine that. They're also 3-1 against the spread on the road. So, odds are forever in your favor. Next game, we got Chargers coming into Miami. This is a tricky one. Dolphins are on a 3-game winning streak. Looks like making that move to 2 was the good move. They're still winning. Chargers, though, this is a toughie. Chargers on a 2-game losing streak, but all their last few losses have come down to the end of the game. So this is why I say it's tricky. If you got to take the spread, you got to take the spread. It is 1.5. If the opportunity presents itself, you already know. Money line now. All right. Yeah, so not only is Miami on a 3-game winning streak, they're also 6-2 against the spread as well. All right. And last but not least, we have America's favorite team, Chicago. Woo! No? You didn't like Chicago when you were there in 10-degree weather?
0.
Oh, 0-degree weather? Hey, listen, from New York, cold is cold. It's either cold or brick-ass cold. Shout out to my people in New York. You already know. You say it's brick outside, you already know. It's that 0-degree weather. But yeah, we both agree on this one. Chicago is at home, and this is another divisional dog at home play. The line opened at -2, and it is currently at a 3. Bears are on a 3-game losing streak. Vikings are on a 2-game winning streak. But you know what? Weather is supposed to be horrible in Chicago. That goes in Chicago's favor. The defense usually shows up in those kind of games. All right, that's it for our Week 10 picks. Moving on to Coco's 5-teamer dreamer teaser.
Okay, so out of the picks that we agreed on, I came up with Packers on the Ties Win teaser card. It is through stations, so it would be Packers at -8, Saints at -5, Ravens -2, Dolphins +2, and the Broncos at +9. I really like that +9.
Yeah, that sounds strong. Yeah. And so it's 5-teamer, right? How much they get on that one?
This wasn't it 4-1?
4-1.
4-1.
4-1 on that one. I don't have a play for you guys with odds that good, but I have a strong play here, and my 10-point teaser max bet this week, it's going to be Saints with a pick, Bucks +3.5, and Bengals +17. So that is what I'm rolling with on the max bet. Again, that's a 10-point teaser. The only book in Vegas I know that does it is William Hill. So what you would do, because I had a couple people hit me up that couldn't figure out how to do it. You pick the 3 teams that I just mentioned. It's not going to be these numbers until you make it these numbers. Just pick the team and pick the spread. So for example, if you pick the Saints, make sure you pick Saints 9.5, because then once you have all 3 of the picks in your cart, when you go to your cart, you'll scroll down and it'll be a teaser option. You're going to click the 10-point option and voila, it'll knock it down to minus 120. So, you put $120 on it, you get back $100, and I like the odds on there. Those things are strong. And that is it, I believe. So until then, good luck this weekend and au revoir.
Bye, guys.
I'm gonna let you hear that other one after I do this. I'm gonna let you hear that one, the sixes and all that old shit, that one fuck around shit.